Hello, Brenda. Thanks for coming by today. Yeah, we're going to start here in just a moment. Let's see. I don't know if I have any giveaways today, though. Oh, I should probably work on that. I have one giveaway. I'm going to add that in here. Hello, Hog. uh, just me right now. Hey, Randy. Thanks for coming by today. Yeah, thanks for coming by today. We're going to get started here. I have a bunch of odds and ends today that we're going to be going through, and you can tell me if some of these kinds of things are interesting to you or you'd rather not see them. But today we're going to start with toys. I have here is a whole box full of wind-up toys, guaranteed not to be working or partially working. And so I got a whole box full of them here. I have in this one, as a matter of fact, I'll just do this so you can kind of see what we have here. I have the clown riding a scooter toy. These are vintage wind-up toys. And he kind of works. I mean, he's in the box, but guaranteed to partially or not work. So we got that one. Here's a kitty train. I think it's a goose. Yep, I think we got a goose there. Monkey with the drum. Ooh, there he is. Monkey with the drum. We have some various insects. There's that guy. A bird. Kind of hops around. Gila monster, perhaps. There's a bag with a couple of spiders in it. Those actually might work. Here's a unusual looking cat that plays with a ball. He does not have a key. And we have a couple other, we have a little dog and a little duck that go in there too. So you get this whole box here. This is going to be, everything is going to be kind of bulk fashion today. So this would be a bag of, let's see, the box of non-working wind-up vintage toys. All right. So we will go ahead and start that auction at $5. You get everything that's in the box. We will go for 15 seconds. So everything that's in the box, guaranteed to partially or not work at all. They're kind of cool to put, like, if you want to put something like this on a shelf as a decoration, that's one thing. But I have a couple boxes of toys like this, partially working, probably not, but I have more of them. Is anybody here into things like ephemera? I have a bundle here of these are actually this is somebody's diary from, I want to say the 1940s or so. There's not a year in it. Oh, actually 1935. So along with this diary from 1935, you can get, peeking at what somebody was doing. I read some of the entries. They're really not doing a whole lot in here, but they are doing stuff. And then you get a whole bag full of vintage 1974 date book, 1970. So these are all 1970s date books that they're all been used too. Someone has actually written entries into all of these date books as well. And if you like ephemera and things like that, this is right up your alley right here.
I might go to Big B.
Okay. No, I'm good. I've got my.
You can ask the two people in chat. Hey, you guys want anything from Big B?
Yeah, you want some from the coffee shop? Yeah.
I'm his son. I'm gonna go to Big B.
Yep. He's gonna go to Big B. I'm good. I made some tea. It's back over there.
5 for 5. 5 after 5.
Yep, 5 after 5. So we're going to. I think actually I already put this one in already. There we are. This is diaries and date books, we'll call it. We're going to start this auction. 15 seconds, you get this 1935 diary of somebody's, and then a whole bag full of date books, too. These are from, I can't read the name. Oh, they're real leather, too, it says. They actually are leather. These are all leather here. I have a box full of video games, too. Let me pull those over. Okay. In the box of video games, these are Xbox One games. This one's a PS4. This is Overwatch for PS4. You also will get that's not Call of Duty. This is Halo 5 in the metal box. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This is Plants vs. Zombies GW2. Just Dance 2016. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And Call of Duty World War II. So I'm going to put them all in the box here. And they are all Xbox One games except for the one PS4 game here, too. Yep, this is a clearance sale. We are clearing out. My wife and I are going to be moving soon. And so we need to clear out my inventory so we don't have to pack as many things. So I'm selling it as low as I can here. So let's see. Yep, there's a box of 7 video games starting at $5. That's less than $1 each. And there's all the video games in there too. And I can show them again if you need, if you want to run it again or anything like that. But I have all these Xbox One games with one PS4 game in there. All right, we'll move on. Oh, do we have any vintage comic book people out there? This is what I have. And for one price, all the comic books here, these are probably from the early 1980s, perhaps. This one is Indiana Jones. These were produced by Marvel, I think. Got Indiana Jones. That's going to go to one of the other ones. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Also comes with another Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is the one that goes with. This is a Star Wars. That's a Marvel also. It just says it was 60 cents in the U.S., 25 pence in yes. Garfield. No Blu-rays and no Garfield. This is what I have left over. I have toys. They're like wind-up toys. No problem. No problem. And then you also get in this bundle Spider-Man and Captain Marvel. Another Star Wars. Another Star Wars. Another Star Wars. Guess what? Star Wars and Star Wars. So all of those will be in one package, all together. Let's see if I put those in already too, if I have to make it in. Yep, it's a bag of 10 Star Wars and others comics. And we're going to start that auction at $5. I'm pretty much liquidating my eBay inventory. So my loss is your gain. So all these here for $5. Okay, we're moving on. Hey, if you're just jumping in here, thanks for coming by today. I have also wind-up toys that guaranteed to not work or partially work. Let's see, what was this? This is more of them. Yeah, there's another whole box of wind-up toys in here. Some of them are vintage and some of them are not. So just so you can kind of get an idea of what's going to be in here. It's full of little wind-up toys in there. I said a lot of them don't work or they partially work, but you'll get such great hits as Mouth and a horse. And oh, this is not a wind-up toy. That's one of these guys that dances. Oh, what else is in? Oh, there's this one that says Turnover Butterfly. There's an old top in there. This is a bonus. And this one is a butterfly. So I don't know if this one works or not. It's in there. That's all I can tell you, that it's in there. But a lot of these, I tested them at another auction, and most of these didn't work, or they kind of partially work. But they're kind of cool as display pieces. So I thought I'd offer them up to you for $5. This is going to be box number 2. And of course, I need my marker, and where is it? Right where I can't get to it. There we are. Okay. So this one is going to be box number 2. There we go. So we will start that one at $5. Let me see if I can make this a little bit easier. Okay. All right, we're going to start this one box of non-working toys. Here we are. And if you're just jumping in here, thank you so much for coming by. I see y'all there. It's a box of mostly for display purposes. If you like to display little toys like this, we got a whole bunch of them here. I was selling them on Whatnot before, and I ended up with some that were not working, but they were still kind of cool. Old vintage wind-up toys. I also ran into, in my efforts today, is I have a box of VHS tapes too. And I have you'll get the entire box of VHS tapes. This one I thought was hilarious. My daughter used to watch this show. It was called Booba. And Waking Ned Devine. It's still sealed, too. It's still sealed Moon Sport. Still sealed Bowfinger. Avita, classic. So this is the one with Madonna in it, I think. No. Yeah, it's got Madonna in it. The story's a classic. I know about Madonna. This one is, what is this? Pearl Harbor. This one's sealed. This is Mission to Mars. Mr. Deeds, still sealed. The TV show Saint Elsewhere. This is like the Christmas special, so you can show this at Christmas. Dr. Dolittle, still sealed. And The Sum of All Fears, which is not sealed. So I have the whole box of VHS tapes here for you. And that's going to go, we're going to start that at $5. All that fun right there. All right, let's go see if I put that in. No, I did not. We'll just call it box of VHS tapes. How about that? Or movies. And that will be $5. And what do you weigh? Okay, what am I doing? I'm sitting here trying to pick up the mic. All right. Oh, that weighs in a hefty 6 pounds. All right. There we are. So we're going to run the box of VHS tapes. And if there's anything you're interested in, you'd like me to pull out or show you what I have in my inventory, just let me know. I will start this one. Get all the VHS tapes for one price. Including the Boobas. Do we have any people out there that like to sew? I do have a lot of vintage patterns, and I have a pair of large shears that goes with a scallop pair of shears. This is for fabric, for cutting fabric. So if there's anybody that's interested in those, I have these as well. They are in good shape. These are, I can't tell if this one is, I don't think it's damaged, but they don't come together like regular shoes. You know, they both come together at one point there. This one stops short, and I'm not sure why that is, but I don't think it's broken. I think that's just how it's supposed to be. This is a scalloped edge shear, and this is just regular shears here as well. So if anybody needs anything to do with that, I have all kinds of vintage dress patterns that are here. Actually, they're not dress, they're men's clothing patterns. I have lots of those. All right, so we'll say Okay, I don't have anything called scissors on here, but I am going to add it in here. Say set of 2 shears. Hey, thanks for coming by today. Appreciate that. Let's see what the mystery stuff is here. Okay. Let's see if we can get these going. Here's a set of 2 quality shears. Starting at $3, it's only $1.50 a shear. I mean, these are quite large. This has probably got to be about 5 inches here. Okay, we're moving on. I have boxes of vintage patterns for men's clothing. Now, the reason why I have all this stuff is that I buy abandoned storage lockers. And I never exactly know what I'm going to be getting in there. But this is what I have. And this is, so I can't really predict it exactly what's going on. But these are kind of fun. I mean, the graphics on them are cool. There's in each box, there's 20 vintage patterns. Like you can make your own underwear. Clothing that looks like this. And this. So they're all full of mostly men's shirts, pants. There's even some jackets. Here's one that's a jacket. Make your own jacket. And it's funny, these in 1961, these are mostly from the 60s. They sold for 25 cents or so. So I have boxes of patterns here as well. And those are always fun. Is there any interest in the patterns? Clothing patterns, I should say. But if there is, you can let me know. I have all kinds of them. I have boxes. Each box like this comes with 20 vintage sewing patterns in it. And they're all for men's clothing. Let's see, I had this before too. I pulled this out. This is some this is a set of Star Wars and other comic books. They were from probably the early 1980s, just judging about when the movies came out. This one, let's just kind of go through them here quickly here. There's Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Spider-Man and Captain America. I don't know, that one just got slipped in there, I guess. Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's a famous scene from that movie. And Indiana Jones. So I have all those comics for one price. And they will go in this bag and they will arrive at your house in 3 to 5 business days. So this is a bag of 10 Star Wars and other comics. We'll start that auction at $5. I mean, that's only 50 cents. 50 cents a comic book. Yep, these came out of my eBay inventory. And we are liquidating our inventory as much as possible because I'm going to be moving in a couple of months. And it's easier to sell it now at a loss and then try and rebuild my inventory afterwards. All right. Moving on here. I forgot about this one. I have a whole box full of various Legos. And in the box of Legos, you will receive, and these have all been washed too, just so you know, they're clean. This is like a bag of like 50 or so white. They're just the regular bricks. It's red. Orange, yeah, this one says 50 on it. There's like 50 orange, yellow, There's 250 mixed, various ones. This says 68 dark green, 50 that green, and looks like 50 blue ones as well. So you get all those for one price, for $5. You have blue, green, dark green, various, yellow, orange, red, and white. And they're all the regular bricks, too. Just the regular kinds of bricks. Nothing specialized in there at all. So let's see. And did I put it in there? No, I didn't. Why would I do that? All right. And I just need to get a weight on it. About 2.5 pounds. There. Has anybody ever bought snacks on Whatnot, like the box of snacks? I see a lot of people selling snacks and candies and things like that. So, out of curiosity, I bought one. I had delivered. I have to admit, they were good. You know, I like them, but I'm just wasn't sure about the. Was it a good value? You know, was I getting them for any less? You know, than I would, because with the shipping was like $9.95 plus the box. So I think I was into it for about $22 altogether. I got this nice big box of snacks came my way, and they're ones I like. They're ones like protein bars and that kind of thing. Okay, so this is the big box of Legos, and we will start that auction out at only $5. And you get all the Legos in here. They're all regular bricks. They've all been washed, you know, and sorted out for you. So you have all the different colors in there that are separated right now to start using them. Okay, we'll put the Lego box away. What do we got down here? These are the... Yep, I have the box of video games. And let me just check here. Oh, hey, Electro Saint. I think you're the only other person in here right now. Did you already see the video games? I'll pull them out if you haven't. Oh, well, here, I'll show you and see what you think, all right? But in the box, it's $5 for all the games. And these are all, except for one, they're all Xbox One games. There's Call of Duty World War II, Halo 5 in the metal box, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This is the PS4 game. This is Overwatch. My daughter used to play. I wonder if this is hers. She used to play this game all the time, I know. And then this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And also for Xbox One, Just Dance 2016. And Plants vs. Zombies Deluxe Edition. So all of these will go in this box for $5. Woo! All right, so we will... The box is 7 video games. Right there. You get all those for one price, for $5. Mostly Call of Duties. Okay, we will move on. If there's anything you're looking for, you just want to find out what else I've got here, just let me know. Our next item up. Oh, that's too bad. Oh. Yeah. Is that something? That must be something that's sold separately, huh? Or just the one that's built in doesn't work any longer. Hey, I have an Xbox for sale here if you want. It's got a working drive. Yeah, I have one here that I'm selling for $50. I didn't pull it out. Oh, I see. Well, this one must be a drive because it came from the same home as the games. Yeah. But anyway, if you do need one, I have one with a drive. Uh, Next up is this lovely guy. It's a I don't know if this is a flying monkey or it's a gargoyle, but it's for a candle. It's a candlestick, candle holder. It's pretty heavy. It's made out of metal. See, made in Taiwan, Republic of China. So I'm going to go with flying monkey. I'm going with flying ape or a gorilla or a chimp or something like that. Either way, it shouldn't be flying, whatever it is. All right. Yep, I called it a gargoyle, but I wasn't really sure what it is. I'm going to start the auction on the gargoyle for $3. Impress your friends. I wish I had a second one. Yeah, I know. I kind of here. It's kind of sorry about the lighting. It's not really good here, but if it is, it's. I mean, usually I'm thinking like the gargoyles are more smooth, and his legs kind of look ape-like. So I wasn't really sure what we have there. Anyway, the only thing I know is it's $3. But if you change your mind, let me know, and I'll be happy to run that one for you again. I also have. I have a giveaway going on here. I'm going to start that one. This is a set of vintage 1962 Schlitz coasters. These are the kind that you would get in a bar. They've never been used before. They still were in the when I got them. They were still in the bag that the bar would have gotten them. So anyway, that's what these are. They're kind of cool. The graphics on them are neat. They have the people on there, and their motto used to be "Real Gusto." So let's see. That's the giveaway over here. There we are. We're going to start the giveaway. Yeah, I know. I really like things like ephemera and old ads and things like that. I have a fairly large collection of books that's going to be coming out here pretty soon too. I don't know. My problem is that my books are in my garage, and I'm in the basement, and I really don't want to haul them all down here if I don't have to. But at one point, I'm going to have just to bite the bullet and do so. But speaking of ephemera, I have a nice collection of postcards. And some of them, I really need my other camera out for these. But this one was kind of cool. I thought it's a postcard of a guy with he's like a hunter, and there's a deer just coming up and licking almost licking him. He's just coming right up to him, and he fell asleep waiting. I don't know if anyone's a hunter or not. I'm not, but it seems like hunting is a lot of waiting around, kind of like fishing, I guess, in that respect. I like fishing, but anyway, so you have this one, and there's different scenes around Canada. Some of them have not been used before. This one is, this one's a cow looking back at you from the other side. So there's some novelty ones in here. Whatever he's doing there. This one is Lewisburg, West Virginia. And there's a second one, the same one. And then there's an observation spot and different scenes from around the country and in Canada. And then there's some fun novelty ones like little pigs. And this one is kind of fun. This is like memes this is like OG memes right here. The cat shooting the mouse up with a catapult, homemade catapult. Typical thing a cat would do, right? This is a lighthouse at Parley Beach, New Brunswick. And it's a bunch of different cards in there. And then there's some boats. Oh, here's another. I'm not really sure. I read this one. I wasn't really sure exactly why it was funny, but he says, "Hey there, what are you up to?" And then it says, "No swimming allowed," and she's like skinny dipping. Funny stuff, I guess. Here's a building. It doesn't say the name of the. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is the YMCA in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm not sure why you. Maybe if you're staying at the YMCA, you'd want to send a postcard back. And then this is like a book that's got some people's pictures in it. That comes along for the ride too. They're like school age pictures. Yeah, this one says 1935 on it. So you know what? I bet this is the same family, same person that had this diary. So you know what I could do? Here, why don't we do this? Why don't we do the postcards and her diary too? You could read up what was going on in her life in 1935. So you get all the fun postcards of different places. This is from Bangor, Maine. Some school in Bangor, Maine. I can't really. It's just a souvenir of Bangor, Maine on the front. And then you'll get the diary and you'll get all the postcards, including the ones that are PG rated, I guess. I'm still trying to figure out why that was funny. Hey, what are you doing here? And she's skinny dipping. Clearly she's skinny dipping in your pond, right? So we have all that for one price. Oh, we got 20 seconds left on the giveaway. Ooh, it's coming up. Get in that giveaway if you just jumped in here. All right, this is the diaries, date book, and then I'm going to add on postcards. Oh, all right. Oh, Electro Saint. Congratulations. All right, you will be getting the lovely set of coasters from 1962. Oh, well, here, I'll put those in the bin of commerce, even though you didn't pay for them. They're still going in the bin of commerce. Okay. So we're going to run the diaries, date book, and postcards. And that will start at $3. All right. Well, I figured you're only one in here right now, besides me. So get that and that. Let's see. It doesn't even really have a smell. Yeah, easy. You got that, and you got the postcards and everything, and the coasters. I meant. Here, let me put them in the bin. Yeah, sometimes those old paper things, they just have a smell to them. There's old smell, It's really hard to say. If you like that, I don't know if you saw this one too. This is kind of in the same line, but I have. These are a bunch of diaries that have all been filled out. They're all full. They are from. Well, I want to say they're all 1970s. This one, for example, is 1976. These are leather, and they're all written in there. And you can see what these people were doing. Can you read cursive writing? These are all done in cursive. Something happened at 1 o'clock. I can't read it all. Even I can read cursive. I don't know it, but it's, it kind of looks like that on the inside. All right, good. Well, you are in, my friend. Okay, so these are the date books. All right, I messed up my own inventory here. All right, we'll call this, we'll say, bag of date books. And we'll start that at $4. And I wish I could send them media mail. Oh. There we go. All right, we're about $1.50 there. Okay, there we go. Oh, right there, right in front of me. Okay, we will start the auction at $4 for the big bag of date books there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm counting in there. All right, thanks so much. All right, set these aside for you in the bin of counters. Oh, let's see. What else I got hanging out here? That might be. Well, I thought I had a bag of old cookbooks. I guess I was mistaken. I had these bags of like these pamphlet cookbooks with a bunch of music or sports memorabilia. I have to say I don't have sports. I do have VHS tapes here though. And a lot of them are still sealed. Let's see. No, I have to say that's not anything that I have in here is any sports things. I do have here I can show you. And these would be all one group too. I do have a friend who has a massive collection of sports stuff, and I've been trying to get him to come in here and do an auction with me and say, come on, let's clear out your stuff, So maybe after I move, we'll do something like that. But these are the titles that I have in this box. And whether I like it or not, you get this one. This one's Booba from PBS. And then that's the only kids one, I think. Waking Ned Devine. This is sealed. This is also sealed. Welcome to Mooseport with Ray Romano and the late Gene Hackman. Let's see. Oh, Bowfinger with Steve Martin. He's funny and everything. Evita with Madonna. This is still sealed. So is Bowfinger. This one is not sealed. This is Pearl Harbor. It's actually a 2 VHS collection. This is Mission to Mars with Gary Sinise and Tim Robbins. Mr. Deeds, that one's sealed. Mr. Deeds is sealed. This is one that you would be really hard pressed to find anywhere at any price. This is the Saint Elsewhere Christmas special. Christmas is coming up, and you might want to share this with everybody, for those you love. I've never seen it before, but I remember watching Saint Elsewhere. This is Dr. Dolittle, still sealed. And The Sum of All Fears with Ben Affleck and Morgan Freeman. Right there. So you got a whole box of VHS tapes. They won't come in this box, but they'll come in another one. Okay. Yep, box of VHS starting at $5 plus shipping. Sorry, the post office raises the shipping rates around Christmas time. It's unfortunate, it really makes it harder for me to sell stuff. When they keep raising the rates, they bring them down in January again, though. But anyway, if anyone is interested in the VHS tapes, just let me know, and then I will be happy to run them again for you. I also have a couple other categories here. One is, maybe I should show this one. Yeah. I don't know if you saw these or not, but I have a couple boxes full of vintage wind-up toys. And the wind-up toys are guaranteed not to work or partially work. That's why I'm selling them for so little, because they're cool just for display. But if I wind this guy up, I don't know if he doesn't really work. He kind of works, Maybe he needs a little WD-40. I don't really know. And this one is the clown riding scooter toy. And then on the side it says, "Look good." And there's a swan and a little bird that hops around. Things like that are all in here. They're all smalls. But anyway, I have all these, and I was I was selling them, the working ones, on Whatnot about a month or so ago, and I sold through all of them. And as I was going through them, showing them everybody, I realized a lot of them didn't work. So I said, well, you know what? Some people will buy them for display purposes, I figure. So, but I have that box. I can go through all the boxes I have here. But we'll just call this one, I think it's just Box of Toys number 1. Yeah, here we have 3 of them. All right, so we will start the Box of Toys. That particular box, we're calling that one, I think that's number, did I put number 1 on it? No, this is going to be number 2. Oh, it does say number 1 on there, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, and then I have, let's see, we already did the video games, I think. So if there's any interest out of there, anyone that is interested in some Xbox One games, I have a whole box of them here that I am going to be starting at $5 for those. So let me know if you're interested in that. I'll show you the titles in there as well. And then I have, let's see, here's another box. Cut down too low there. Here's another box of toys. Here. And this one comes complete with a vintage top, things like a mouth. This is one of my favorites here. This is if Mr. Spock was a duck. It says, "Float strong and flourish, Squawk." Yeah, they really weren't trying there, but anyway, he comes along for the ride on that box right there. And there's a horse and some other ones. I'll kind of show you here. I didn't want to really necessarily take the whole thing out. But anyway, I have that one, including Mr. Spock as a rubber duck in there as well. So this is a box of wind-up toys that probably don't work or partially work. A lot of fun right there. Well, mostly display. There's a train. Oh, here's a train in there. Okay. We'll put the toys away. Toy time is over. Are there any people here that are interested in some vintage games too? Like I have, like I said, this is clearance, so cut me a break here. I have. Well, this one is not vintage. This is actually new. This is still new in the box. This is a set of Naruto rings. And it has just a magnetic clasp on the side here, I think. Yep. You can open up, you can see all the rings. And then there's like a necklace in there. I almost thought it looked like a rosary at first, but yep, it's got all the rings and then I believe what would be a necklace in there. So if any interested in Naruto, I'd be happy to run that for you as well. Here's some of the vintage game things. Anyone interested in cribbage? This looks like this is an old cribbage board. It doesn't look like it was ever used before. I mean, the box is like pretty much pristine. It has a little water stain on it. That's about it. But here's the cribbage board in very good condition. And then you keep the little pegs for the cribbage back here too. And it comes with, here's the bottom. It comes with the instructions included. Now, have I ever played cribbage? No. That really wasn't my game. We'll just call this, let's call this one Vintage Cribbage Board. And then we will start that one at $5. And we'll get a weight on you. Normally I don't do this. We'll put things in as we go, but I was pulling stuff out, one at a time and trying to make it all happen here. Okay. There we go. All right, come on back to me. There we go. Very cool vintage cribbage board. I want to say this comes from my mother-in-law's estate. I can't be sure of that because I get stuff from all over. Okay, moving on. Is anybody in the market for some DVD RW discs? This is a sealed pack. I can't open it up, but it's a completely sealed DVD RWs. These are 120 minutes. I guess they're all 4.7 gigabytes. It says 1 to 2x. Well, I'm going to put them in anyway. And we'll say DVD minus RW. It's a 10 pack. Oh. Yeah, wow. Those are like almost a pound and a half. There we go. There we are. DVD RW 10 pack, starting at only $5. Someone paid $5 from already from the Goodwill store. I don't think that was me. All right, we're moving on. All right. Well, I've gone through about everything I have so far. I have a box of Legos. You may have seen those already. There we are. Chat back. So the box of Legos has various bags. They've all been sorted by color and washed. I washed them myself. Any watches? No, just my Apple Watch. That's the only one I have. I normally don't get them, honestly, but you never know. Like I said, I buy abandoned storage lockers. You never know what's going to happen with one of those. But where did I find watches in them, though? But I have a set of Legos here. Got white and red, orange, yellow, mixed up colors. And then there's two kinds of green. There's dark green, light green, or whatever color green that is. And then there's blue as well. They all go in there in their separate little bags, ready to go. All those Legos. They're all the regular bricks, too. They're not the specialized ones. All right, we'll move on. If there's anyone who's interested in, I have vintage, well, I have a whole box of video games. We already did those, I think. Yeah, I have the box of video games. If anyone is interested in those still, I can show you those. And then I have boxes. I think I have 5 boxes of vintage sewing patterns. These are all for men's clothing, and the design. I mean, the pictures on them are just fun. I was looking at them on my last whatnot I did. I was showing these, and they were funny because some of the men they're drawing them. They had penny loafers and their underwear, and they're smoking a pipe, kind of a thing. I go, that's kind of an unusual setup right there, but hey, that's how they drew them. This is like, for example, this one here. It's got the guy just holding a camera with one hand. Another guy's just like leaning on a white picket fence. So anyway, I got a box. Each of these boxes contains 20 of such patterns. So if there's any interest in those at all, I'll be happy to run those for you. I have 5 boxes. They're all similar. Some of them have underwear you can make. And then as far as other sewing items, I also have these this giant pair of fabric shears here. And then I have, these are called scallop shears, and they make like a scallop edge along the fabric. If you need it for decorative purposes, or if you just want to keep it from unraveling, I guess. But they're in very good condition. I also have those as well. Okay, everyone. Well, anyway, I would like to thank you for coming by. If you'd like to follow me, I'll have more auctions coming up. Probably not this stuff. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of interest in there. But I am working on getting some books and ephemera together. That's probably going to be my next one. And look for that one. Let's see. Today is Friday. Probably next week. probably next week I'll have that one going on, and then we'll move some more things and help me move out of my house. All right. Anyway, thanks for coming by, everybody, and you have a great night. And I'm going to try and end this thing here. There we go. I didn't end it, did I? Yeah, I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't end it.